Okay, it says Heraklion company is a manufacturer of footballs and is a new audit client for your firm. You're an audit supervisor of Espinalonga and are currently preparing for the forthcoming interim and final audit and so on, so on, so. Now, I'm not going on to this requirement. I would rather go on to the second requirement, which is about the control deficiencies and the recommendation to address each of these. It says you are required to document and so on, so on, so. Now, Heraklion sells footballs to a range of large and small sports equipment retailers in several countries. Sales are made through a network of sales staff employed by Heraklion company. Sales are made through a network of sales staff employed, but new customer leads are generated through a third-party company. Sales staff are responsible for assessing the new customer's credit worthiness and proposing a credit limit, which is then authorized by the sales director. Okay. The customer's credit worthiness is assessed by the sales staff, which may provide an opportunity for these staff to perform incorrect assessments to encourage extended so that's one of the control deficiency. Then it says the sales staff have monthly sales target and are able to use their discretion in granting sales discount up to a maximum of 10%. So what happens is that the sales staff have the discretion in granting sales discounts. This may result in staff continuously providing discount to boost sales and hence their performance at the expense of entities' profits. Then what actually happens is that they then record the discount granted in the customer master data file. The excess of the customer they may misuse their power to make inappropriate amendments to the master file. Okay, next is that the sales staff visit customer sites personally and orders are completed using a two-part pre-printed form. One copy is left with the customer and the other copy is retained by the salesperson. The sales order number is based on the salesperson's own identification number. The sales order number is based on the salesperson own identification number instead of a unique sequential number. This may lead to the problem that may arise is that a track of all the orders may not be kept. The company markets itself on being able to dispatch all orders within 3 working days. Once the order is taken, salesperson emails finance department and warehouse dispatch team with the customer ID and the sales order details, and from this a pick list is generated. Sequentially numbered goods dispatch notes are completed and filled in the warehouse. Sequentially numbered invoices are generated using the pick list for quantities and the customer master data file. Standard credit terms for the customers are 30 days. On a monthly basis, sales invoices which are over 90 days are notified to relevant salesperson to chase payment directly with the customer. Now, although the credit is awarded for 30 days, but payments are outstanding for more than 90 days. This is an indication that an increase in the bad debts will occur. There's this payroll fraud. What does it say? It says the finance director, Montse Mirabel, has informed you that a significant fraud took place during the year in the payroll department. Number of fictitious employees were set up on the payroll and wages were paid into one bank account. The bank account belonged to 2 supervisors who are married and were both employed by Heraklion company. The connected staff members are allowed to work together in the same department. This will lead to frauds because of the collusion. Okay, just wait a bit. Sorry. The requirement of the question was we are supposed to explain 7 deficiencies. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, we need to talk about deficiencies with respect to sales. The sales orders are taken and transferred to the customer. And transferred to the relevant departments through email. This may lead to a delay in the transference and hence processing of the sales order, resulting in dissatisfaction amongst the customers, as we have marketed ourselves as an entity which supplies the goods within 3 days. So are there any other weaknesses that you can identify with respect to the sales system? Yeah, are there any other weakness that you can identify with respect to the sales system? Yeah, any suggestions to it? Okay, good enough. Now see, so for the control recommendation, customers' credit worthiness is assessed. Uh, just wait a bit, please. Okay, so sorry about that. Now see, with respect to this control recommendation for the credit worthiness, it should be that the credit worthiness of the customers should be assessed by the credit control / finance department, and to ensure that an independent check is performed. Sales staff should only be allowed to provide discounts as per the defined limits and for the defined period when promotions are active. The customer master data file should be password protected and should not be and should and should be password protected and should be maintained / updated by finance / credit control personnel and not by the Sales team. Yes, Jesse, just wait a bit. I'll just cover it up. Sales order number is based on voucher. Instead of using a sales order for each of the customer, sales orders should be in the sequence so that no order is missed out. Regular follow-up and recovery procedures should be adapted to recover the amount due from the customers rather than requiring the sales team to go for recovery after 90 days. A real-time system should be implemented in order to obtain the order and pass on to the relevant departments rather than relying upon the manual system where the order is emailed by the staff Okay, only two-part pre-printed form is used. This will not enable us to provide copy of the sales order to all relevant personnel, including customer, sales team, warehouse team, and finance team. A four-part pre-printed form sequentially numbered should be used to ensure that a four-part pre-printed form sequentially numbered should be used to ensure that a copy of the sales order is kept by all concerned. So do you get it now? Yeah, do you get it now? Okay, good enough. Now let's move a bit forward and let's discuss further. The next is there is a payroll fraud that has taken place. It is asking us for 3 controls to implement to reduce the risk of this type of the fraud occurring, and for each control describe how it would mitigate the risk. Now you've got 5 minutes, try to do it. Okay, so if you try to calculate, it says the finance director Montse Mirabel has informed you that a significant fraud took place during the year in the payroll department. A number of fictitious employees were set up on the payroll and the wages were paid into one bank account. Okay, so I would just say bank account, wait. The bank account belonged to 2 of the supervisors who were married and were both employed by Heraklion company. No relatives. One had the sole responsibility for setting up new joiners in the payroll, another process and authorized bank transfer requests for wages and supplier statement. These employees no longer work for the company, and Montse asked the audit firm for recommendations on how to improve the controls periodic independent checks. Heraklion operates a HR department. Okay, number one point is that one of the control is that for the future, no two or more related persons should work together within the same department in an organization. Related personnel are more likely to collude and resultingly the process and resultingly the controls become weak and hence frauds occur. Authorization. A senior member of the staff should authorize the payments before they are made. There should be segregation of, having a senior member to authorize the payments mean that having a senior person to authorize the payments mean that having a senior member to authorize the payments mean that unnecessary and unjustified payments are neither approved nor made. Bank account setup, or you could say bank account, not this. Bank accounts used for payments should always be in the name of the employee. Bank accounts are not easy to open in all jurisdictions, and if measures are taken that system only allows payments into the accounts which are, if the system only allows payments into the accounts which are in the name of employees, then this fraud of making payments into a single account would be prevented. Regular review / inspection. There should be regular review / inspection of the payroll records to confirm employees working at the organization and the employees to whom payment is made. This would ensure that the employee who are being paid are verified. So do you people get it? Yeah, do you people get it? Okay, there is this last one requirement of this question, and that is describe the substantive procedure auditor should perform to obtain sufficient and appropriate audit evidence in relation to revenue. So what are the substantive procedures? Obtain a sample of goods dispatch orders and confirm, sorry, obtain a sample of sales orders and track them to the sales day book to confirm that they are correctly recorded. Perform analytical procedures on sales to identify any unusual movements. Obtain a you got to confirm the sales. Now, what could go wrong with the sales? What could go wrong with the sales? Obtain records of the sales orders dispatched and match them to the sales ledger to confirm accuracy and completeness. What else are you gonna do? For the sales C square compare cutoff, completeness, occurrence, measurement and accuracy. Discuss with management how the transaction price for any sales contract is established. If anyone could add up any other, please. Okay, lovely. So we are done with this question also. So this is the end of another question on this. Yes, JC Banda, we can add to that also. So that we are done with this internal controls. So we have gone through 3 questions on internal controls now.